Let's not waste a second and get right into the main event. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev 2 for the light heavyweight title. Forget what you thought you knew, because Poatan just delivered a performance for the ages. First round knockout. Early. Devastating. I mean, shout out to anyone who actually had that prediction, because this knockout came absolutely out of nowhere. From the moment the bell rang, Pereira was a completely different animal than we saw in their first fight. Remember that slow, lethargic performance he was talking about? He erased it with pure, raw aggression. He pressed Ankalaev immediately, cornered him against the fence. The champion, Ankalaev, looked startled, almost tentative. He was throwing front kicks to keep distance, but Pereira was already in his space. And then, bam, a devastating two-punch combination. That big right hand lands, and Magomed Ankalaev is hurt, dropped, and scrambling. Pereira swarms. Ground and pound, those downward elbows. And just like that, at 1 minute and 20 seconds of the first round, it was over. Alex Pereira reclaims the Light Heavyweight Championship. He proved that even if the technical gap was there, his legendary, one-of-a-kind power is the great equalizer. That urgency, that pressure right from the jump, gave Ankalaev no room to breathe and completely negated the strategy that won him the first fight. Pereira got his vengeance, and now the question is, what's next for Poatan? The future, light heavyweight or heavyweight super fight? That finish was so quick, it almost makes a rematch difficult to justify right now. Ankalaev got caught cold, but with Jiří Procházka also delivering a comeback KO on this card against Khalil Rountree Jr., and we've seen that trilogy before. The division is suddenly alive. Carlos Ulberg is also breathing down the neck of the top 5. However, the buzz, the money fight, is at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall. Think about it. Aspinall after he handles Cyril Gane, who's left. Alex Pereira moving up to challenge for a third UFC title? That is GOAT-level conversation. The UFC, I think, would rather have that high-stakes, massive PPV super fight where Pereira keeps his light heavyweight belt than an immediate rematch with Ankalaev that, let's be honest, might not have the same hype. I'm leaning heavily towards Pereira versus Aspinall. It's the fight that elevates the sport, even if I can't in good conscience pick Poatan to win. Aspinall's speed, his wrestling threat, the size advantage, it's a monumental challenge. But if Pereira pulls it off, he's in the all-time greatest of all-time discussion. The co-main event, the machine rolls on. Moving over to the co-main event, we had the Bantamweight title on the line. Merab Dvalishvili versus Cory Sandhagen. Look, we all kind of knew how this was going to go, but I have to give Sandhagen massive props. That first round, Sandhagen was outstriking Merab. He was making him work. I thought, wow, we might have a competitive decision on our hands. Then the second round hit, and the machine turned the switch. Sandhagen got absolutely rocked, nearly finished. It was a clear 10-8 round. And from there, the Merab blueprint was executed flawlessly. He showed those levels, that unparalleled cardio, the relentless chain wrestling. He set a record for takedowns in a title fight. The key with Merab isn't just his technical grappling. It's the insane combination of power and cardio. Most guys have one or the other. Merab has both, and it suffocates his opponents. He gets the unanimous decision, defends his belt for a third time this year. And what's next for him? There are no exciting contenders left at 135. We need the super fight. We need Merab Dvalishvili versus Alexander Volkanovski at 145 pounds. That is the only logical next step to satisfy the fans and continue this era of big money matchups.